Good morning, dear students. This is your teacher Neelam Helawat, and we'll continue our chapter, that is chapter number 4, Carbon and its Compounds. And this is our lecture number 7, dear students. Now, in the last video, we have talked about the two functional groups, that is aldehydes and ketone. And now we know that in aldehydes, we have a word, we use a suffix which is called Al, right? And the functional group is CHO. While ketone also has the carbonyl functional group, here we add the word on and we have carbonyl group attached to the central carbon atom. Right, everyone? I hope everybody has understood this and you have drawn your diagrams. Have you drawn, everyone? Very good. Now coming to the next, which is called the carboxylic acid. Now dear students, carboxylic acid is our last functional group. Carboxylic acid, we will use the word oic acid. Okay, we will replace the E word, that is alkane, E word with oic acid, and they have a functional group COOH. They have a functional group COOH which will be present at the first carbon atom. Okay, everyone, that will be present at the first carbon atom. Now we can summarize carboxylic acid. They basically have two oxygen atoms. So this is your functional group. Now one oxygen is having double bond with carbon and another oxygen having single bond with carbon and one bond with oxygen, hydrogen. Right? So one we have OH, another we have CO group. Right? So the functional group in totality is COOH and they are also referred to as alkonic acids. Okay, they are referred to as alkonic acids and we will use a word which is called oic acid. We will use the word oic acid and it is COOH is your functional group. Right, everyone? So let's start with the formation. So first your alkane is methane, that is CH4. So your structure is CHH. Okay, so there's all single bonds. Now what we will do? Here what we will do? We have to replace 3 hydrogen atoms. Right, everyone? We got to replace 3 hydrogen atoms. This hydrogen and this hydrogen atom will be replaced. Okay, instead of these 2 H, we will have O. And this H will also be replaced and we will have OH. Right? So here instead of this we will have O. हम 2 हाइड्रोजन एटम्स को हटाएंगे, उसकी जगह पर एक ऑक्सीजन एटम आएगा. एक हाइड्रोजन को हटाएंगे और उसकी जगह पर OH एटम आएगा. Right? So let's replace it. So we have C. Let's rub this because here we got to represent double bond. Okay. Now let's have it. So this H will remain same जैसा कि पहले था. And now we will have, let's use different colors. So you have O here and you have OH here. So हमने 3 हाइड्रोजन एटम्स को replace किया है. 2 hydrogen atoms, they are replaced with OH and 1 hydrogen atom is replaced with oxygen. 2 hydrogen atoms are replaced with O and 1 hydrogen atom is replaced with OH. Now we can represent this compound as HCOOH. This is the formula. Okay, this is called HCOOH. Now let's name this compound. Now instead of E should be replaced and we should write oic acid. So the word name of this compound is methanoic acid. Okay, this will be called as methanoic acid. Right, everyone? This is called as methanoic acid. Now coming to the second alkane, which is called ethane, that is C2H6, and this is the structure. Now again here we have to replace 3 hydrogen. हमने 2 हाइड्रोजन एटम को रिप्लेस करना है, उसकी जगह पर O लेकर आना है. एक हाइड्रोजन एटम को रिप्लेस करना है, उसकी जगह पर OH लेकर आना है. Okay, so let's mark those two. We will have this edge, we'll mark this edge and this H. हम इन तीनों हाइड्रोजन एटम्स को रिप्लेस करेंगे, right? So C, single bond C. Rest will remain same. You will have H here, and here also. But in this case, let's use different color. You will have C double O, and here you will have OH. So we have replaced 3 hydrogen atoms, 2 hydrogen atoms with oxygen and 1 hydrogen atom with OH. Now let's write the formula, that is CH3 C double OH. Okay, CH3 C double OH. Now ethane, E को हटाइए और E की जगह पर oic acid लगाइए. So the name of this compound is ethanoic acid. This is called as ethanoic acid, right? Let's come to the next one, that is propane. The formula is C3H8 and has a structure like this. Now again we got to represent. हमें 3 H को हटाना है. This H we will replace. हमने इस H को replace करना है, इस H को replace करना है, and this H also. So we got to replace this H also. So we got to displace 3H. 2 हाइड्रोजन एटम को हटाना है, उसकी जगह पर O एटम आएगा. 1 hydrogen has to be replaced with OH. Let's represent. So there are 3 carbon. Rest other hydrogen atoms will remain same as it is. We will write this. Now for replaced atoms we will use a different color. So you will have double bond O and OH. Right? Now you can write down the formula. CH3 CH2 C double OH. And what will be the name of the compound, dear students? E को हटाइए, replace E. This E should be replaced with oic acid. So the name of the compound is propanoic acid. Propanoic acid. The name of the compound is propanoic acid. Okay, everyone? Let's come to the next, butane. So again we will displace 3 hydrogen atoms. हम 3 hydrogen atom को replace करेंगे. This hydrogen atom, this, and this hydrogen atom we will replace it with we will replace these hydrogen atoms. So C 1 2 3 and 4. Rest will remain same. H. There is H. Here also H. Here also H. So we will have double bond O and OH. Okay, now this formula is CH3 CH2 CH2 C double OH. And the name, replace E. E को हटाइए, E की जगह पे ले आइए. Oic acid. So name of the compound is butanoic acid. Okay, the name of the compound is butanoic acid. BUTANOIC, butanoic acid. Okay, everyone? I hope you understood the butanoic acid. Now let's come to the next. Again you will have the replacement. फिर से आप 2-3 हाइड्रोजन एटम को replace करेंगे. These hydrogen atoms we will displace with, right, 2 hydrogen will be displaced with oxygen atom, 1 hydrogen atom will be replaced with oxygen or hydroxyl group. So 1 2 3 4 5. So rest will remain same. We will have hydrogen everywhere, but in case of this oxygen carbon we will have double bond O and OH here, right? Rest will be the same, that is you will have hydrogen here, so now we can represent it CH3 CH2 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 and COOH. And the name is pentanoic acid. Replace this E with oic acid. So it will be called as pentanoic acid. Okay, this will be called as pentanoic acid. Okay, everyone? I hope you understood. Okay, so you will complete this table in your notebook. Okay, this table should be completed in your notebook, that is of carboxylic acid. Now coming to the nomenclature. Nomenclature means how do you name the compounds. Likewise, we have talked about you can say the naming along with the things. But again, I should emphasize how we are naming these compounds. Right, everyone? How do we are naming these compounds? So what you have to do is, you got to understand that first of all, these are the 4 rules that you need to understand. First of all, we will identify the number of carbon atoms in the compounds. First, we will see how many carbon atoms are present. Right, everyone? So first, we will check the number of carbon atoms. Like for 1 carbon, we remember 1 carbon, we have a word meth. For second carbon, we have a word eth. For third carbon, we have a word prop. So likewise, up to 10 carbon atoms, we must remember. So the first thing that we see is how many carbon atoms are present. So we must identify the number of carbon atoms. Okay, everyone? We must identify the number of carbon atoms, right? Okay. Second is, we will see that if there is any functional group. ठीक है, हम उसमें चेक करेंगे. हम सबसे पहले नंबर ऑफ कार्बन एटम्स चेक करेंगे, देन वी विल चेक द फंक्शनल ग्रुप, विच फंक्शनल ग्रुप इज प्रेजेंट. नाउ कोई भी फंक्शनल ग्रुप हो, प्रेजेंट हो, उसमें हम देखेंगे कि हमें क्या प्रीफिक्स और क्या सफिक्स ऐड करना है. राइट, लाइक इन केस ऑफ एल्कोहल्स वी ऐड सफिक्स विच इज कॉल्ड OL. In case of aldehyde, you add a word AL. In case of carboxylic acid, just now we have done, so we add oic acid. So these are all suffixes. In case of halogens, we add a word chloro in front of the name. So chloroalkanes. So prefix that comes before and suffix that comes in the end. Third is, if there is a functional group present, okay, and the suffix of the functional groups begins with A, E, I, O, U, then in that case E will be replaced. जो E है alkanes की, that will be replaced, right? Like in case of propane, E will be replaced with on. So propanon. Okay, likewise, as we have discussed in all the function groups, we will replace E with the specific suffix. If the carbon chain is unsaturated, unsaturated means if there is double bond, if there is triple bond. Single bond, for single bond the word is ane. For double bond the word is ene, and for triple bond the word is ine. Okay, so if I give a name methane, so that means it is a single bond between the carbon atoms. If there is a double bond, we will use alkene. Okay, ene word will be there. In case of triple bond, we will have ine word will be there. Okay, everyone? So these are the rules for naming the carbon compounds. Now let's try some questions. Draw the structures of the following compounds, that is ethanoic acid. Ethanoic acid का अब हमें structure बनाना है. Okay. Now again just understand the word eth. Eth means how many carbon? Eth means 2 carbon. Ane means all single bond. कार्बन कार्बन के बीच में, सभी के बीच में सिंगल बॉन्ड होगा. एंड ओइक एसिड मीन्स द फंक्शनल ग्रुप. विच फंक्शनल ग्रुप विल बी देयर? COOH. राइट, लेट्स ट्राई दिस. इथेनोइक एसिड को हम नेम करने की कोशिश करते हैं. सो द वर्ड इज इथेनोइक एसिड. ओके एवरीवन, लेट्स यूज डिफरेंट कलर सो दैट यू. एथ का मतलब होता है 2 कार्बन. एन का मतलब होता है सिंगल बॉन्ड. और ओइक एसिड का मतलब होता है फंक्शनल ग्रुप इज COOH. सो देर आर 2 कार्बन. लेट्स राइट इट. सो देर विल बी 2 कार्बन और फर्स्ट कार्बन पे हमारा COOH ग्रुप होगा. सो दिस मीन्स यहाँ पर हमारा एक O और एक OH हो गया. and rest carbon will be attached with hydrogen and they will all have single bonds. So this will be the formula of ethanoic acid. Okay everyone, so हम name से formula derive कर सकते हैं very easily and we can name the formula also. आप name भी रख सकते हैं, formula से name derive कर सकते हैं, name से formula derive कर सकते हैं. Let's use a second example, this is called bromopentane. So पहले pentane का formula क्या होगा? Pentane का formula everyone, yes, the formula of pentane is C5H10. So हमें bromopentane को बनाना है. So first we'll draw simply pentane. Pentane का formula होता है C5H12. So पहले हम C5H12 draw कर लेते हैं. Okay, now we have drawn. So we have drawn pentane. Now write H everywhere because it is made up of carbon and hydrogen only. So there it is a hydrocarbon. Right? Now one atom of hydrogen has to be replaced with bromine. So here you will have bromine. So now it is called as bromopentane. Okay, now it will be called as bromopentane. Now next compound that we have is butanol. देखिए अगेन ब्यूटेनॉन को स्प्लिट करते हैं. यू अंडरस्टैंड दिस वर्ड ब्यूटेनॉन. इफ यू अंडरस्टैंड द नेम यू कैन ईजिली राइट. देखिए ब्यूट मीन्स 4 कार्बन, एन मीन्स सिंगल बॉन्ड एंड ऑन मीन्स द फंक्शनल ग्रुप COO एंड इट विल बी एट द सेंटर कार्बन. कार्बन के सेंटर में जो है वो वहाँ पर आपका डबल बॉन्ड होगा. सो 4 कार्बन है आपके पास, 4 कार्बन लाइक दिस यू विल रिप्रेजेंट. नाउ वी विल लीव दिस कार्बन एंड द सेंटर वी हैव 2 कार्बन. सो वी कैन हैव डबल बॉन्ड इन द सेंटर. हम यहाँ पे ले लेते हैं डबल बॉन्ड. लेट्स राइट इट हियर. सो हमारा फंक्शन ग्रुप ऐड हो गया. नाउ एवरीवेयर वी विल हैव हाइड्रोजन, रेस्ट एवरीवेयर वी विल हैव हाइड्रोजन. Now this is butanol. Okay, this is called as butanol. Now last is hexanal. देखिए word को समझिए. hex means 6 carbon, an means single bond, l means aldehyde. So 6 carbon, 3 4 5 6 all single bond. Al means you will have double bond at this carbon added. Now rest everybody will have hydrogen. So you add hydrogen everywhere. Right? So this will be structure of hexanal. So dear students, you must understand the name which is there. आपको नाम को समझना बहुत ज़रूरी है क्योंकि फॉर्मूला नाम में ही छुपा होता है. Now let's come to the next question. Sorry. Name this compound, that is CH3CH2Br. इस कंपाउंड का नाम बताना है हमें. सो लेट्स राइट दिस CH3CH2Br. देखिए कितने कार्बन है यहाँ पर. हाउ मेनी कार्बन इट हैज़? देर आर 2 कार्बन. सो 2 कार्बन के लिए वर्ड आता है एथ. ठीक है, इसका स्ट्रक्चर बना लीजिए आप. लाइक दिस यू हैव द स्ट्रक्चर. देखिए कार्बन के बीच में सब सिंगल बॉन्ड है एंड 1 ब्रोमीन एटम इज देयर. राइट? सो ईथेन, बिकॉज सिंगल बॉन्ड के लिए वर्ड होता है एन. सो ईथेन एंड देर इज 1 ब्रोमो ऑल्सो. सो वी विल एड ब्रोमो. सो द नेम ऑफ दिस कंपाउंड इज ब्रोमोईथेन. व्हाट इज द नेम ऑफ दिस कंपाउंड? Bromoethane. Second is this one. Let's come to this. C double bond OH H. So देखिए एक ही कार्बन है, एक ही कार्बन पे डबल बॉन्ड H लगा हुआ है. कार्बोनिल ग्रुप इज ऑन द फर्स्ट कार्बन. राइट? सो हम इसको जनरली देखिए एक कार्बन है, सो वर्ड होता है मेथ. 1 कार्बन इज प्रेजेंट, सो मेथ. नाउ कार्बन जो है, कार्बन और हाइड्रोजन के बीच में सिंगल बॉन्ड है. हमें ऑक्सीजन नहीं देखना है, सिंगल बॉन्ड देखना है हमें. सो एन वर्ड, सो ए एन ऐड हो गया, मेथ एन. and the functional group is present on the first carbon, so Al. So this compound is methanal. Okay, this compound is called as methanal. Next is you have this compound. Let's represent it here. ये आपका कंपाउंड वहां ड्रॉ किया हुआ है. Now try to count the number of carbon atoms. Carbon atom count करिए कितने हैं. How many carbon atoms? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 carbon atoms. And there is a triple bond at the first carbon. 6 कार्बन्स हैं और पहले कार्बन पर आपका हाइड्रोजन ट्रिपल बॉन्ड है. सो वर्ड इज हेक्सेन. हेक्स. 6 कार्बन मीन्स हेक्स और ट्रिपल बॉन्ड के लिए वर्ड होता है आइन. सो हेक्साइन. Okay, the name of this compound is hexine. Have you understood? Yes, everyone, have you understood? So first of all, you have to count the number of carbon atoms. That is very important. Okay, you have to count the number of carbon atoms. That is very important. Then you will check the functional group. Then you will write the word which has to be added in that particular name. So your homework for today is, you will make notes of this topic and you will read the page number 67 and 68. Okay, everyone? And if there is any doubt, dear students, in this particular lecture, if there is any doubt, you must talk to me. You will send your queries to me. Right, everyone? Okay. So that's all for today. Bye.